What's going on, beautiful people? I really appreciate you guys stopping by, commenting, subscribing, leaving your feedback. It's extremely helpful. I want to make this interactive and beneficial. So I'm going to take you guys through a modified kind of deload pull workout. I'm kind of in the process of just feeling around different movements, machines, trying to find a new novel stimulus. One of the challenges of having the space, of course, it's a good challenge, is there's lots of options to choose from. And so they've actually done studies to show and demonstrate when you have more options to choose, more than 7 or 8 options to choose from, your brain gets overwhelmed, and you get this like paralysis analysis. So, but for me, it's a good thing, just because I love playing around with different things, tweaking different machines, and trying to modify the strength curve to make it advantageous for me and just give me something new and novel. But at the same time, there's often movements and routines that I fall back on that are kind of been effective for me in the past. So anyways, I'm going to be starting a new 90-day hypertrophy project in the new year. Love you guys to follow along. I'm going to show you some before and afters. It's going to rock your world. It's going to be awesome. Last year I did it. I lost probably 5 to 10 pounds and then gained probably 5 to 10 pounds of muscle. You know, it fluctuates. Your body's never in a static state, so I haven't measured myself in a while. But it's more of a fun endeavor for me. I don't really have anything to prove. It's just something that's fun, and it's just a hobby. So hope you guys are doing awesome. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe below. So I'm just going to take you through some movements, doing a little bit of back, a little bit of biceps, and a little bit of hamstring. So this is the explode row. I'm starting out with just some one-arm rows. I like to line up my right foot with the angle of pull on the right handle and the left handle, respectively. So you can see I'm actually sitting halfway off the seat on each side, because it actually lines my lat, the fibers of my lat, directly up with the handle and the angle of pull, which is not the way it is if you put your feet on squarely with the foot pads. So then I move on to this hoist rocket mid row. I really like this row. I had the plate loaded row version of this. I much prefer the selectorized version of this. It's just a unique feel to it, and there's definitely a step off on the strength curve at the contraction, which is probably the main reason I like it. I'm playing around with just one arm instead of 2 arms. Just hitting a little bit of a one-arm row movement to bring some blood into the lat, and just playing around to see what feels comfortable and what I actually can feel the lat in. Then I'm moving into a superset of a lat pull-down movement to a high row movement. This is one of my favorite supersets to do for your back. So just kind of a 60-degree chest-supported row, focusing on keeping the neutral spine and contracting and really feeling the stretch in the lat. This is a perfect way to do it as opposed to a traditional lat pull-down, which is more upper back. And then I actually sit on the seat. I allow it to stretch, and I actually bring the handles more towards my waist and abdomen, and it kind of is more like a high row hitting the lower portion of the lat. So it's a great superset to do on any machine. I'm moving into more of a back thickness upper back superset. I've been playing more around with this Sorinex Hurricane now that I have more room to use it. So I superset an overhand kind of prone grip with a neutral grip, chest supported row. Really cool feel on this. I really like the freely moving arms on this. It kind of gives me a little bit of a feel of the Strive Extreme row. The beauty of this, again, is the adjustability of the handles. This felt really good. I'm definitely going to incorporate this into my routine. I just like the way this hit my back and how comfortable it was. I like to add some sort of chest supported row or prone row movement with every back workout. And then I'm going into the old school hammer high row. I like this much better than the newer version. Really hits the upper back, the mid traps in a unique way. I've learned to really love this machine. It's different than other high rows that I've used. And again, it's just helping more with the thickness of the back. So you can see just from this angle, focusing really on bringing my elbows back and wide as much as possible to hit a little bit of the rear delt, but definitely more rhomboids, teres, upper back, and middle traps. And then I'm just playing around with one more pull-down movement because I can. This machine is just excellent. The strength curve on it is excellent. Playing around with just how it feels facing the machine. Slow, eccentric, and really controlled movement is really the whole essence and benefit of these Medix machines, among others. It definitely feels different than the plate-loaded alternative, but I definitely love incorporating a wide type pull-down once in a while to hit really more teres. And then I'm just going to superset and finish with a little bit of a lat isolation pullover movement with one more little row movement. So I always love the underhand feel on this Nautilus 2ST pullover. And this is always one of my main go-to back movements. I just can't get enough of it. I've got another video on this channel kind of demonstrating it more, but really just total back annihilation and great isolation with this particular spreader bar row variation. I always go back to it in more of a high volume type setting because it really helps bring out width and definition in the back. Then I just do one bicep movement. I like to do higher frequency, lower volume bicep. My arms respond better that way. I love using the Strive bicep machine this way with my feet all the way back to give myself the biggest mechanical disadvantage. Truly isolates the biceps, helping force my upper arms into the pad and really isolates the biceps without using any body English. You can see here my feet and my whole upper body is completely back, and I'm leaning all my weight on my upper arms on the machine. This is the best way I love to use the Strive machine, with just the first two top horns, the middle and beginning range of motion loaded to give me the best feel on the machine. Then I just move into a little hamstrings. This is the Nautilus sideline leg curl. Great isolation movement. Works well with higher reps for me. You really feel it in the hamstrings. I love to try to start with my torso fully extended and my hips extended to actually hit a little bit more glute with this machine and a little bit of the upper hamstrings. You can kind of see here how I literally try to extend my upper body and I'm grabbing the machine next to me to kind of brace myself rather than grabbing the handles in front. I like the way that feels better with this. Then I'm moving into a little bit of just a line leg curl. And then I superset that with a hip extension movement. Again, just hitting a little bit of touch-up of hamstrings. I like to do that with pull days. And this is the 2ST hip extension. One of my favorite, honestly, one of my favorite Nautilus machines. I love adding hip extension movements into my hamstrings and glute workouts. Definitely a safer way to hit them than just traditional deadlifts. Not that I'm opposed to deadlifts, but I like having this option as opposed to having to put myself at possible risk of injury. So great movement to finish off the workout with.